Right, we are live, I think, across the board. We're doing an alien radio signal hunt tonight. So, yeah, we are going to be searching the hydrogen line. That is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear a message from ET, should they be out there. It's where we've heard a number of anomalous signals in the past. So hopefully, if we get lucky, as the Earth rotates, our dish is going to sweep across the night sky there, passing over various stars and their planets. And hopefully, one of them is going to be sending us a signal. If so, we're going to see it on the meters down there. Oh, not turn the light on. There we go, when that loads. So yeah, that's what we're doing. They're doing an alien radio signal hunt there. So if you've seen the film Contact, the recent Apple TV series Pluribus, that is another one. They're listening out with a dish, hoping to hear a signal that's not coming from this Earth or human technology there. We're seeing all of the live radio signals coming in here and being analysed, but nice and easily, we just want that red line to look like that green line tonight to there. And if we do get one, it'll only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds. That is how long at these distances it'll take for our dish to sweep on over and off of the target. I think, Grandad, you're the first one in tonight. How are you doing? Shame it's a Sunday, but hey-ho, we persist. We're always here. We've not got particularly any close-by stars in range of our dish tonight. You can see the star chart there, the live sky map showing where our dish is, what's in range, but there are still thousands and thousands, if not more, than that stars in range. They're just not particularly close by ones there. How are you doing? Good to see you there. So yeah, that is what we're doing. We're listening out for potential alien or radio signals. There have been a number of interesting candidate signals over the last few years, most notably the WOW signal from back in the 1970s, but there have been plenty more since then, and that is what we're on the hunt for tonight there. Wonder as well, how are you doing? Thank you for the likes, appreciate that. It is those likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, and the more eyes and minds we get looking at the phenomena, sharing our experiences, so the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. But that is what we're doing tonight. We are listening out for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars. We've not got much activity. It seems to be a little bit quiet, but to say, it's a case of being in the right place at the right time there. So just because it's quite quiet at the minute doesn't mean it won't be in a second's time, a minute's time, or longer there. It is passing over the right star when they are potentially sending those signals. So not only has our target star got to have intelligent life capable of sending a signal, but they've got to be choosing to send that signal at that time. Now, as a species, humans have only sent that signal ourselves once, and that was in the early 1970s. And that was just before we heard the WOW signal. So yeah, it's the time is an interesting factor there. They are so energy intensive, these signals, that it's unlikely that any alien species are going to have that transmitter on all of the time, which is the main problem that we have when it comes to our current method for searching for these. So SETI, if you've heard that organisation, they've got all of their dishes recording all of this data coming in from the night sky. But because they've got so much data and the sky is such a big place, it takes a very long time to analyse all that, sometimes decades to analyse all that, and then go, right, okay, we've got a few candidates. And then they go point their equipment back at those stars where they've heard those anomalous signals, and lo and behold, they're not transmitting them anymore. Well, is that because it was an error, which is the side that they tend to lean to, if that is the case? Or is it the fact that, you detected that signal 10, 20 or so years ago, and it's no wonder that they haven't been transmitting that signal consistently since then? I mean, the interesting thing is a recent paper came out basically saying we are most likely to hear an alien radio signal. Most likely to hear it towards the end of a species' life there. They are going to be most likely to commit more and more resources, more energy that could otherwise be used for various other things to sending that signal. They're going to be more incentivized to do that and not use those resources elsewhere. If it's their last, if they are maybe, facing a threat, an imminent threat to their civilization, maybe it's a reaching out for help, or it could just be transmitting the knowledge that they have out there, hoping somebody can use how far they've got once they are gone, uploading to the galactic internet. But there are plenty of anomalous signals. When they say, where is all the evidence? There's a hell of a lot of it out there that does point to our galaxy actually being quite busy. Lots of things are going on there. So hopefully, yeah, as the night progresses, we'll have a chance of detecting some of those. And that is what we are aiming for tonight anyway. We've had a few of these ones recently, what with the bad weather. So if it's a clear sky, we're doing a UFO, UAP, a skywatch. There, Megan coming in with the likes. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Megamind. Sorry, Megan. Megamind coming in with the likes. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. No idea, Angela. No idea. But even if he was, if the skies are this bad, no chance there. But anyway, it's... Hi, are we all okay? We're all good. We're all good. It's Sunday, other than that, but we are all good there. We're doing another alien radio signal search because the weather is not playing ball, sadly. But hopefully, as the week progresses, let's have a look. What does the weather look like for the week coming up? Are we going to have a chance to get that camera out? Right, Monday. Ooh, broken cloud in the evening, so maybe it's broken enough to get the camera out. That would be nice. There, Tuesday. No, rain. Tuesday's rain. Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday's looking clear spells. Okay, Wednesday, Monday and Wednesday. Friday could be one as well. Okay, we're going to have a few opportunities. No, Thursday's looking horrible. Saturday. No obvious winners, but... Oh, I don't know. Do a Saturday night as well. Yeah, okay, we might have a few opportunities for a skywatch, hopefully, this week there. That's what we love. And Lee as well, coming in with the likes. How are you doing there? Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. So, yeah, we're doing a UFO, UAP, a skywatch tonight. Raf is in. What's that? Your keyboard's gone wonky there, Raf. Will it not let you type any insults? You split your Frey Bentos on the enter key there, but good to see you. So yeah, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO, UAP, a skywatch tonight there. Lee, thank you for feeding Alan some cake.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
Yeah, we're listing out, no, we're not doing a skywatch, what am I saying? We're doing an alien radio signal hunt. It's too cloudy to do a skywatch, but that's what we do when it's a clear sky. So make sure you're following, because hopefully this week we'll be able to do this again. That's what it looks like, seeing the night sky there, of all the activity and the weird and wonderful things flying around there. We're based in Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge there. So lots of weird and wonderful things to see in these night skies. But rather than not be on when it's cloudy, we're doing this. We're doing an alien radio signal hunt. Now, they're quite rare, these signals, but they are getting less rare as well as our technology gets more sensitive and more advanced there. We are picking up more anomalous signals that human technology just cannot explain. It's looking like the galaxy is quite busy. We can't say it for certain just yet, but the evidence is definitely pointing to it being a lot busier than we have been led to believe. You can still do that. Be worried if you couldn't, Raf. There, Harko's in as well. Good to see you there. So yeah, guys, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight, and also tell us how do you feel about the weird and wonderful world of aliens there. Are we all alone, do you think? Is the galaxy packed and teeming with life? Or maybe it's somewhere in between. Maybe there's lots of life there, you feel, but the distances are too vast. We'd love to hear it there. Also, if you've ever had an experience yourself, again, we'd really like to hear about that. Harko's, well, thank you for the gift. It's not Monday. It's almost Monday, sadly, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. We're holding off. Hopefully it's going to be a reasonable week for weather. We're going to get a good handful of sky watches in. That's what we want to do. We want to start seeing the strange things again. And we tend to see a lot of strange things when we do that. So, where are we across there? We don't know. Everything's up to date. But yeah, but do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you're following, because that way, hopefully, you'll get that notification when we go live. And as the summer draws in there, those nights are going to get a little bit later. They're going to get darker a little bit later, which means we are going to be able to get on at the right time to start seeing more and more activity in Earth's atmosphere, low Earth orbit there. All that sort of stuff will be lighting up for us, and we'll be able to see more and more strange and wonderful things. Have they found out any more from the SETI information received yet? Not at the minute that I know about, but knowing what they're like as organisations, they're going to take another 10 years to figure that out. And I don't know what if they're going to be able to take it any further, because they need what the issue is that we have is that they're getting these signals. They've got their criteria and go, right, it looks a technological signal, doesn't look natural. It doesn't look like it is coming from Earth, so they can kind of filter it out and make it an interesting signal. But to take it over the line, what they really, really need is A, to make sure that there is another explanation for it, so I have to spend a bit of time thinking about it. But B, they need to get that second confirmation from another dish there. So if you imagine our dish is pointing up to the night sky from over here, up to a distant star, there could be something between the star and our dish that gets in the way and gives us that signal, and we think, because we're pointing at the star, that it's coming from that distant star. So we need another dish, another location, to kind of point at a different time there and get the signal confirmed that it is coming from that point. Now, science hasn't managed to achieve that yet of any of the anomalous signals, but this is mainly because they wait a very long time before they check, decades even sometimes. So it is no wonder that, you know, that they're not still sending that signal, isn't it? You know, it's like I tell you that if you go down to your local park, there's 10 quid on the floor, and then you go, oh, that's brilliant. You wait 10 years and then go to your park and go, you lying bastard, there wasn't a tenner on the floor down there. Well, of course there wasn't. Somebody else has gone away and picked it up. It's unlikely that these signals are going to be being transmitted just constantly. They're very energy intensive, so that is the sort of thing that SETI is doing. They're doing a lot of great work, but they are really not... they're really not playing ball. You know, we're thinking about how they get that second signal. It's a bit of an own goal at the minute. So I reckon they're going to look at the signals and go, oh, they look interesting, but we can't say otherwise. And then we'll be like, yeah, brilliant. But you never know, one of them might still be transmitting. Or maybe they'll catch it on the rhythm of that Cajuns there. They might catch a transmission there. Marcus, how are you doing? Seeing you coming in there. Harko and Marcus, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate all of that. It's a good question. Hopefully, though, they are going to get a signal quick enough, or they will find one that is repeating. They can tune in, give us that second signal pretty quick there. Where's everybody at? No, Harko, no, it's a quiet night. Everybody's having a relaxing Sunday, I think. It's pretty quiet there. How are you? How's your Sunday been, Marcus, there? Rachel's in as well there. Just be watching. No worries, Rachel. I'm going to wave. There. And Beer Buster coming in with the likes. How are you doing as well? Good to see you. I hope your weekend's going well, guys. What's everyone been up to? Blue Nose tends to come in a bit later, so might be there in a bit. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it, Marcus. Yes, we have a quiet one today. Even I've had a quiet day, which is rare. M to the C is back in. How are ya? Loving the stickers there as well. Yeah, do say hello. Guys, if you're new here, ask away any questions about what we're doing, how it works, something you've seen in the alien UFO news. Maybe it's an experience you've had. Would love to hear about that. Say hello. Let us know where you're watching from as well there. So hopefully this week is going to turn out weather-wise to be reasonable, and we can get that camera again. We can do some more sky watching, and that's what that looks like. There you go. We are based in Wiltshire, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge, and yeah, we tend to see a lot of strange things in these skies. Long history of the weird and wonderful here, and yeah, we tend to see that most nights that we do get the camera out, but whilst it's cloudy, we're here doing the alien radio signal hunt. So let's keep our eyes peeled on the meters here, hoping to see a nice big clear spike. That red line, we want it to look like the green line. That's what we're here for. There, Carl's in. Good to see you, Carl. Good to see you there as well. Yeah, YouTube's a bit quiet as well. There's a few of you in there. Say hello, YouTube. Rio's in as well. Good to see you, Rio. How is sunny Scotland tonight? Have you got all of our good weather? Because it is miserable and cold again down here. Ben is in the house. Thank you for the likes, guys. It is those likes and those shares that does help us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And you never know who's going to come in and what they're going to share. Maybe it is an encounter with the phenomena that we've not heard before. That I find very valuable. Really helps me understand the phenomena there. But it also could be somebody with skills, or maybe it's a career that they've been in. Help us understand a little bit more about what we're doing, how we can adapt and improve our search as well. So that is why it's so important for us to reach more people, to then get more minds together as well. Been sunny all day, Rio. Damn it, you've stolen our sun. You're not allowed sun up there. Very jealous, but no, glad you can work on your tan, ready for the summer. What's the weather been like for everybody else here in the UK? So we're down in Wiltshire. It's been overcast and cold and drizzly. again, but we are due. Let's have a look. It's Monday. We're due. Oh no, maybe the sun's going to poke its head out in the afternoon. Maybe. Let's not hold our breath, but that'd be nice if it does. And then in the evening, there is a chance that we might have a few clouds, but we should be able to get a skywatch in if the weather holds. There, we'll be fighting the clouds a touch, but we should still be able to see some action going on there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to get something coming in there as well. Ratch, how are you doing? Good to see you tonight. Where are you joining us from? So yeah, that is what we're doing. We're looking out across the stars there. As the Earth rotates, our dish is going to sweep across the night sky, passing over various stars, and hopefully one of them is going to be sending us a signal there. Right place, right time is what we've got to do. Not only is that star got to be inhabited by alien life, hopefully, but it is also got to be capable and willing and actually sending the signal at that time. So you never know when our luck is going to come in there. Manus has had a day off today. You're giving him a rest. You're going to start the AI revolution there, just the amount of workload you're giving him. But he's very good, is old Manus. There. All good in West Yorkshire. I love it. So you guys up north there, you've all got the good weather for us there. Ah, Simon, how are you doing? How are you feeling today there? Sam Dharma is back today. I was waiting, yeah. Normally it's Glasses Monday, but I thought I'd take the opportunity today and cut my hair. Ready, fresh start for the week. New week, new me. I even took the effort to clear out my downloads folder on my laptop, turn it off and give it a clean. It's impossible to clean a MacBook, I've discovered today. You turn it off so you can clean the buttons, then you press a button and it boots up. Not even the power button, bloody thing. There, Simon as well, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate those. All goes back in the stream. So yeah, you're lumbered today with not just Big Face me, but Big Face and Glasses today there. Last couple of nights have been clear, but back to normal rain and clouds. We've had a good run of a good couple of nights, haven't we? But yeah, we're definitely back to it at the minute of miserable weather. But that's why we're doing the alien radio signal hunt. And remember, guys, Newelec here, the manufacturers, are kindly giving away 3 starter kits. All the radio equipment that we use, they make that. Help us do our search here. They're giving away 3 starter kits to you guys. So we're running this little competition throughout March there. All you got to do is go on our Discord, a link in a bio for that. Many other things on there, but there's a channel on there called Competition. Go in, type the word alien in that channel, and then we're going to do a live draw at the end of March there. And you've got to be over 18 in the UK, North America, or Europe to be eligible. But other than that, then yeah, and it's it's only a small community, so free kits to give away is a reasonable one. So make sure you drop your name in there as well. Better, still knocked for 6 hours, but feel more human. Oh, you're getting there, get in there slowly. How was Basildon today? Was it lovely and sunny, or was it overcast like us here as well? There. Oh, Kate, you didn't have any notifications. It was very, very slow earlier. Did anybody get any notifications today? There as well. Marcus coming in with some extra roses there. Simon and Ben as well, feeding Alan. Thank you, guys.
Nom nom nom, thanks,
All
guys.
goes back into the stream, unless Alan gets his green paws on it. There. Oh, goal achieved. Well done, guys, as well there. I literally slept all day today, on and off. If that's what the body needs, Simon, that's what the body needs. You got to go with it. Got to relax it there. Not today. No. Oh, okay. So no. Yeah. It didn't seem like it. We didn't normally get all the OGs in straight away. So I think TikTok's playing its games again. We've offended it. We've mentioned a word, obviously, somewhere, and not letting anybody know. Sadly. Where are we? Well, that's 2 things I would have never put together. Scotland and Sun. RAF, 100%. It surprises me every time. They've not been doing too bad for the weather lately. Whilst it's been miserable for us down here, the Scots have been hogging it, I think. There, Lee as well, and Simon coming in with gifts again. Thank you, guys. It all goes back into the stream, helping us improve what we do. But what we're doing is a live alien radio signal hunt there. So, very large dish out there in the garden, pointing up to the night sky. And as the Earth rotates, it is going to sweep across the night sky there, passing over various stars and their planets. Hopefully, one of them is going to be inhabited by intelligent life and sending us a signal. We've got to look out for that spike as we pass over there. It will only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds if we are lucky enough to get an anomalous signal. But the frequency that we're on, the channel on the radio dial, is where scientists theorise we are most likely to hear that signal. It's where those anomalous signals have been heard in the past. So our statistical odds are not too bad there. Thank you, Rio. Can you send it like a tracked delivery, please, so we can know when it's going to rise? Don't want to get lost in the post. Nemo's in. How have you been there as well? And oh, through house, how are you doing? Good to see you there. I would have thought you had more chance of seeing Nessie than getting sun. Actually, that's a point. Get down to Loch Ness. You don't know. You might be in. Get a lottery ticket too. Would a quick spike still count? It can do. Yes, it definitely can. There's. It's harder to tell, but if it's longer, then that kind of tells us its distance there, because the closer you get, the longer you're going to be on any one point there, so it kind of tells us our distance. The further away might imply that it's really far away there, or it could work in the reverse of that it's so close it's gone really fast. So you imagine a plane flying over or something like that. So it can do it both ways. It can be a little bit tricky there, but it's a good question there. I'm glad to hear it there, Nemo. We'll do that. Thank you, Rio. Cumbria. How is Cumbria doing? Have you had reasonable weather? It's gone all overcast for us again here today. I'm not a fan of it there. Not a fan. But yeah, let's keep an eye out. And shall we quickly pop over to the Starship, Alan, whilst we're waiting? We'll keep the sound on so we can hear in case anything does come in. But let's quickly pop over. What is going on aboard the Starship, Alan? So, if you've not seen this before, this is the Starship, Alan. There is our virtual Starship where all of you guys, all of our friends and regulars are populating the spaceship, and you're going about your duties on board of the spaceship there. So it takes the names and images from Patreon, and if you want to get on board, you can sign up with the link in our bio. It gives you a whole month for free there, so you better catch our deep dives and all the past ones you can watch back again. But even the free tier gets you in here to do the Starship Alan there, so you don't have to spend any money. But yeah, you can also log in, you can update your image, you can update your job title and all this sort of stuff like that. But it's quite fun just watching you lot get up to your chores. Where is everybody today there? Venetian Engineering. Alan is in the probing room. Right, so all Blue Nose and Carl and Alan are in the probing room there. There is a bit of a queue. Raf, it looks like you're in the hollow deck there with Stig. Banana's in Alan's ready room there. Gary's in sick bay. Carla's on in the teleporter room. Real Kate's in the teleporter room. Simon, you're in the shuttle bay there. Harko, you've just moved to security, I think. Who's it? Leanne's in the bar there. V's in engineering as well. See, hours we can spend watching all of you guys there. Can you see yourselves? Glasses Monday happened a day early. Yes, exactly. I decided to cut my hair today, so congratulations, guy. As me, how are you doing that over on the Twitch? I just noticed your message. How are you doing? Where are you joining us from? Where are we? It's wet as always. It definitely is there. Sweets Saturday and Glasses Monday are the stream times. Yeah, themes like that. We've gone from aliens to just my basic bad habits. I've messed you up by wearing my glasses today. How you doing? A-up as well. Rio, where are you? Good question. We always tend to forget this one. Let's have a look. You're one of the T's, aren't you? I think, are you that T? You might be that T. There, you might be in the shuttle bay. I can never remember which T you are now. There, who have we got that's got some? Carl, head of Galactic Security there. Maya is the doctor. Beerbuster's an engineer. Electron, Vinny is outside engineer. V's a nurse. Have we got any more ones? Alan's lackey is there, a navigator. Kate's a bioengineer. So yeah, it's quite. I can constantly enjoy watching that. Let's get rid of that destination. I haven't fixed it for you guys yet, but let's do another one. Let's go to Sirius today. Set the course, and Alan decides what the mission is. Collect samples of. I'm not repeating that, Alan. Well, that's our mission today. Let's get rid of that pretty quick. There. I had to check the date. I'm going to throw you guys off. I thought I'd get ahead on the week, you know. Cut my hair, start the week fresh. Engine room. What are you getting up to in there? And astronomers are rethinking the Goldilocks zone. They think looking for life in the wrong place as news today. Oh, excellent. So the Goldilocks zone, Lee, that's a very interesting one. So initially, wasn't it basically how far away from a star will a planet have to be not too hot, not too cold there? Basically, liquid water. So it's not too hot to boil off and it's not too cold to be frozen. Because, you know, Water is the solvent of life. We all need it there. We think that's where it needs to be formed, and that's where that came from, the Goldilocks zone. But there are so many variables in this. What if they use a different sort of solvent? What if life is just much, much stranger than we can even conceive of? And then also you've got planets really, really, really far away from their star that have liquid water below an ice shell there. Maybe the internal tectonics of the planet there and the core are keeping that warm. So yeah, the Goldilocks zone is like one of those ones that's kind of getting less and less irrelevant there. We still use it quite a lot, but 100% well done, Lee. That's a good news story. I hadn't seen it. And the moon sighting gifts look well cool. I haven't. It was a telescope. Oh no, it's a moon sight. Cut so small there. Thank you for pointing that one out. I hadn't seen it there. Simon as well, and Lee coming in with the gifts there. Thank you guys. All goes back into the stream. Where are we? Sam, imagine giving that prize away and someone gets a signal before us. I wouldn't be gracious about it, Raf. I really wouldn't. But hey ho. Everyone's got a chance, We'll just have to do it more often, Raf. There, Tomcat's in. How are you doing there? And Vinny's in. How are you? It is definitely morning for someone. Thank God not for us just yet there. So, yeah, how is everyone doing? How has your weekend gone, more importantly? Been up to anything fun there? You've only just got the notification, Ben. We'll see. We'll start to see if more people come in. Bloody TikTok. God knows what we've done to offend them. There's probably a long list. Maybe it's little things like the destination or the mission that Alan has just set for the stream. Maybe it's Alan. We'll blame him there. So yeah, that is what we're doing. How is everyone getting on tonight? We are listening out for potential alien radio signals coming in from deep space at this time. Not even nearby stars. We've not got any of those in range. The only stars that are in range, and there's plenty of them, but they are very, very far away. I think we're going to be like this for a few weeks. It's a quiet patch of sky. Someone forgot to go out on the roof and move the dish again today. Glad to hear it, A-Up. Maybe the talk thinks all of us are out. Probably. What's the phrase there? I wouldn't want to be a part of any club that would have me. I feel like that applies, doesn't it? Yeah, so let's settle in. Let's start listening to that static. In fact, let's listen to a bit of that now if I turn the music down. So that is the signal coming in live. That is the sounds of the early universe. Same as the static on your TV or in between channels in your car stereo there. Scientists think that is the leftover energy from just ever so slightly after the Big Bang, basically. Quite interesting, cool to think that there. Who needs a new funny cartoon of Alan? Oh, yeah, let Harko know. He's done stellar work there. I was going to say we have to put it all in a book, but at this rate it's going to have to be volumes of a book, the amount that there are. Volume 1. Volume 2. But yeah, hopefully this week is going to pick up for us a bit when it comes to sky watches. A few clear nights wouldn't go amiss, I don't think. Where are we? Yeah, no, we're all up to date across all of those. Yeah, we're all looking good. But yeah, not lots of... We've got a little bit of an interference signal, but it's not really showing. It's got a little bit off screen. It's over here, this way. So yeah, so it's spiking up a little bit there. You can see a ridge, but it's not much of one. Which is strange. Getting the ridge here as well, so that's something behind the red line. But we are interested in this range here, right around these two markers there. On and around that, that is of interest. That is where we would expect to see any of those anomalous signals. Is where we've seen those ones in the past there. It's not Monday. I've thrown you all off because it's not. It's Glass's Sunday today. It's special. I didn't realise what an effect this has had, but I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna pull the glasses out on a Wednesday and blow your minds. Get you all panicking. There. Haggis, how are you doing? Good to see you in. How has your weekend been going there? And I actually had a mini panic attack. Is it Monday? I've got to get my kick somehow. So whether it's ever so slightly making you think you've got the wrong day. There. I think this is one of the best places purely for the shits and giggles. There, long ago did we forget about the aliens? Now it's all the in jokes. That's probably why the numbers are what they are. But I enjoy it. Wouldn't have it anyway there. I've slept all day and thought, oh my god, it's Monday. I've done that before. In my younger days, what day is it? It's crazy to think that we can still hear the aftermath of the Big Bang. It bends my mind, that as well, that is the beginning, apparently, of everything, and we're still hearing it now. The old cosmic microwave background, the map of ever so slightly after the Big Bang. The other fact that kind of blows my mind, isn't it, that photons, so light particles, best way to put it, they don't experience time. Even though, like, the light from my lamp up there is travelling, those photons are travelling into my eye. It's how we're seeing it. It's how we see all of those stars on a skywatch day. Let's put the video up there. Like, all of those dots, that light is leaving that star, travelling for hundreds of years into the lens, and then the sensor of the camera, then down the wires to you there. And but for those actual individual photons, they don't experience time because they're travelling at the speed of light. Relatively, they exist and then don't exist all at the same time. If their own experience, that's a mind melter. That one, 100%. There, Basildon is misty and cold there. Not so bad. It's been worse, but no sun today. It seems to be the north has not done too bad today. It's just us a little bit lower down. It's gone miserable for. Kate coming in with the shares. Thank you for the likes and the shares, guys. So that's what helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves. There, Tom Cruise Sunday. Where is he here? I'll take that as a compliment. There, and how does no, it's not a mind fight. I'm too tired. What could I do? How else can I? I'm going to totally subconsciously, I'm going to start wearing different coloured tops for each day of the week. Right, not tell you, but like a bit of like subconscious conditioning there, and then boom, I'm going to mix it up and just like get you all going. Maverick Monday, yes, oh, that works. Oh, ever so slightly, just manipulating you all at distance there. I mean, what else is there to do whilst we're waiting for alien radio signals to come in? You see it in the films, they're all sitting there in the old control centre. They're, scrunching up balls of paper, chucking it into the old bin, aren't they? Trying to occupy their time, waiting for the signal. Then it comes through and they drop everything. For us, it's just a mild bit of bants and manipulation. Hopefully we won't miss the signal, though. This is what I said last night. Is it actually Alan that's the overlord? I don't think he is. I can confirm Alan is definitely the overlord here. I'm just picking up bad habits from him. That's what it is. Alan has to have an outfit for every day as well. He's got his little Hugh Hefner robe. We were talking about this, weren't we, Simon? He's got his little Hugh Hefner robe, but I didn't want to encourage that behaviour in him. He's already got, 1,000 children all over the galaxy that he's avoiding paying child support for. Oh, no headphones as well. I find it really weird not doing it with headphones. Technically, I don't need to, but at least if I have the headphones on, I can hear the music less. I can hear more music than I can hear me. If I just sit and talking to myself, I find it very off-putting. Seems a bit weird. And already here, Haggis. Well, that is a lot of evidence pointing that way. A lot of evidence. Do you think like they're here as in they're here, they've set up camp, they're here all the time, or they're here as in occasionally they visit us here? Because I thought, it's the occasional visit, starting to get into this topic. But no, it is looking like that the amount of activity that's going on, something does seem to be here with us, isn't it there? John, how are you doing? Good to have you in there. Hope your weekend's gone well. And can you give Alan a prod for the next movie night poll? Yes, Alan, he'll do that tonight. Thank you, Ayup. We'll get him to pull his finger out there, unless it all doesn't work. I'm going to get Marley an outfit you've got to, and we want to see pictures in the Discord of that there. The evidence. Humans again. Evidence is fair enough. Evidence is fair enough for certain things, I think, there. Now, you don't want to have unreasonable amount requirements, do you, there? But it's relative. It's like trust. It's on a scale, isn't it, there? So if you tell me, that there's gold in your garden, I go, meh, it doesn't really matter if I believe you or not there. But if you're telling me that you want me to give you lots of money to then invest in your gold mining company because you've got gold in your garden, then I might want some evidence before. It's a risk-reward things, isn't it, there? And the evidence already... Well, that is true. There is a lot of evidence. A lot of it there. I think somebody said that what was it? If this was a murder trial, it would be a slam dunk conviction. The amount of evidence there is for something strange going on. Now, does that just speak more to how crap our justice systems are? I mean, that is part of it there. But or is it that we're just not giving it a fair shout? Because there is a lot out there. There is a lot of stuff out there. I think the scientific community are definitely coming from the wrong angle with a lot of this there. How you not see us? You may not see us, but we are here. We never left there. We're all around you. This could well be the case. Like, I mean, I'm not collapsing myself down to a particular decision on this, but I wouldn't throw it out. You know, the more you look, the more it does look like whatever the phenomena is. It's probably a few different things. It probably does look like that whatever it is, it's been here at least as long as we have, the whole damn time. So does that mean it is existing and always has existed? It's a co-resident here of Earth, or is it still, you know, extraterrestrial in nature and we are more natural? I'm not really sure. Where are we there? Raf has got a message for you there. Katie says, "Oi, fraud, isn't it about time you've done a stint of modding over here?" I think Raf's getting lonely over there on the tubes there. Aliens probably watch YouTube. Do you reckon they've got premium, though? Do you reckon they watch ads? Or maybe the ads are part of it. Maybe they like that. Where aliens watch YouTube and now are hardcore capitalists due to the adverts. Yeah, they're that. Or they've all gone like crypto bro. They're Chad aliens. I can imagine that. Actually, so considering, you know, it's our early television signals that are reaching them out there, what are they going to think? There doesn't seem to be any mods on the talk tonight there. Sorry, Ventos. We're short stuff. Kate's got to be over on the talks. We've already spoke about this. Aliens have their own fake taxi, fake UFO. They do. Yeah, that did come up. That is, to be fair, fake UFO. And then it went sideways. That's probably where we lost most of the audience. The Palladians, the Arcturians, the Avians, their Lyrans and Palladians are your greatest allies. And remember this. I don't know much about it. I've heard a little bit from here and there, and I think it's a very interesting subject. There, I mean, it makes sense to me that if there's one, there's going to be a lot, you know, and if one can travel, then that technology is available. A lot of people aren't going to be able to as well. So the fact that there's a few, and the fact that they're all sort of semi-close by systems as well, that fits logically to me as well. Has anybody else got anything to throw into that there? Are they all, out of curiosity, all of those ones, Haggis, are they all sort of humanoid looking, you know, bipedal there? Or are some of them more, you know, reptilian or insect related there? Because I've heard about a few of those. Team 9. Awesome. Well, very lucky for it. So yeah, guys, chip in. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight. There, if you're new, do say hello. Give us a follow, because we do something like this every night. So it's either a cloudy night and we're doing the alien radio signal hunt, or we are doing a live UFO UAP skywatch. Looks like this. See all the weird and wonderful things flying around in the night sky there. Based in Wiltshire, right in the heart of crop circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. We tend to see a lot there, and if I can be bothered and the moon is up full, as I wasn't this month, we do that. We look out all the weird and wonderful things happening on the moon. There's some actual footage from our moon streams, so join us for those ones as well there. They get off on Earth chicks because they probably seem exotic compared to some of the greats. Funny that you touch in on that, but Raf, though, because, you know, there is a big part of the reverse of that about, you know, humans having experiences of that nature, but with extraterrestrials. There was a guy, it wasn't a recent one, but in Australia, that claimed to have woken up and that was happening to him, and he bit a part of her off in his shock and dismay there. Their taboo is probably half alien, half human. They've got an earth kink. Don't yuck their yum, Raf. And so you just spell check, Kate. You're fine. No, it was fine. We'll figure it out there. We'll try there, Haggis. We'll try. And what was what? What did I miss? We are here waiting for the signal. That is what we are. You know, we get it there. It's a right place at right time sort of deal, isn't it? Going to be passing over a star that is inhabited by intelligent life capable of sending a signal, but also when they are sending it. These signals are going to be so energy intensive. So energy intensive. That they're unlikely to be sending them all the time, and it's most likely that they will send it toward the end of their existence, if they know when that might be. That is when it's probably more beneficial for them to not, you know, use those resources on other things if the end is nigh, but maybe reach out and warn other people of their fate, or reach out asking for help there as well. Can someone hit Kate's reboot button? As fake Kate left the Starship Alan and has joined the chat now. Disclosure is here. I do think we are on a journey, Frax. I do think we are on the journey. What is the next phase? You said phase 2 is here. What is the next phase? What can we look forward to? And how long do you think that will take? That's a sort of a rough estimate. We're not going to hold you to days necessarily there. And in the meantime, let's pop back over to the Starship Alan. What is everyone up to? Raph looks like he's still on the holodeck there, simulating a world surrounded by unlimited Freventos pies. Simon, you're still in the shuttle bay there. You've got your work cut out for you, but you're darting around in there like nobody's a business there. Where's Harco? I think I saw your dot earlier. It looks like you are... No, that's Ben. Ben is by the cargo bay. Oh, no, that's the Chicago bay because of the bad spelling. Carl is still in the probing room there with Blue Nose and Alan. It's all going on in there. Where's Harco hiding tonight? I can't see Harco. No, where are you hiding? Have you changed your image, or have I just forgotten what you look like? Rob's there, B's there, Mac, Lee, Marcus is in. Oh, Marcus is in the hydroponics bay with real Kate there. Oh, Vinny, you're on your way to the bridge by the looks of it. Where is Harco? Let's have a look. Choose. Harco, let's send you to... so we can see where you come from. Oh, you were in the mess hall. You were hiding down in the mess hall. Look, now you're up there. Anyway, back to the stream. Where are we? Let me get back to the chat. Disclosure is here. There, of course. Not she's floating in space somewhere. I've a suspicion that was real Kate, and now we're dealing with fake Kate. Phase 2 is disclosure, and it is coming, so be patient. That's always my weak point. And I've seen the mission for the Starship. That's brilliant. That, sadly, Ben, is well, we're on our way to Sirius. It's 8.6 light years away, and we've got to collect some samples of something, and I'm not going to repeat it because Alan sets those. I don't have any say. Alan just sets them randomly. So that is that. That's Alan. It's getting quite warm in there, Carl. It's getting quite cozy. Prepping, getting ready to find Kate in space from the other night. Well, that's very noble of you. Where are we? Bloody Australians are a funny breed. Are they now? What have you been watching? So yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We are searching the hydrogen line. That is the channel on the radio dial there. That scientists theorise we are most likely to hear a message from extraterrestrials, should they be out there. We're listening purposely for the hello, is anybody else out there message sent by civilization to an unknown recipient. They're reaching out across the cosmos. It's a particular type of message we expect to be very, very high-powered there, and therefore by the time it reaches us probably quite faint, but travelling long distances we're not necessarily listening out for. ET to ET communication, they're interstellar delivery orders or things coming from from UAP or anything like that. They could be on any frequency. They could use any frequency for their own communication. Maybe not even use radio. Maybe some sort of quantum or telepathic property to communicate amongst themselves. So we're listening out for those purposeful high-power transmissions, reaching out there across the universe. And we expect, and science expects them to be on this frequency, and it's where we've heard a number of anomalous signals in the past as well there. We have to save our own. We're right there, Simon, we do, and very respectful. I think a help signal would be more creepy than a hello, Ben. And actually, they do think that's probably more likely there. So we have this this bias at the minute that we actually detect a hell of a lot of supernovas with our telescopes and stuff. Now, supernovas are incredibly rare, but because they're so high powered, we see more of them than we do other stuff, because they're just ridiculously high powered, so we see more of them even though they're much rarer. And I think the same principle could apply to the old alien radio signals, because like us right now, we haven't sent our signals since the 70s, even though we didn't really put that much power into it. We've not built a special transmitter for this purpose. We don't have it on all the time. We don't even dedicate any of our resources at national levels to the SETI search anymore, let alone transmitting it. So why would an alien civilization be any different? What would their motivation be? Well, one is that they are going to be wiped out. Maybe it's a natural disaster. Maybe they're reaching out for help, going, look, can you save us? Our sun is about to, go critical and engulf our planet. Or maybe we developed AI and it's gone wrong. Don't do it yourself. Somebody save us. And that's when you'd have the incentive as a species there to invest the resources required in sending these signals. So you're right on the money there, Ben. And she's fine, let's face it. She's floating in space, quiet with no ferals. What's it they say? Moisturised, in a lane, just relaxed there. I see, just picturing a Playboy Alan version with an alien spread seductively over the bonnet of a UFO there. I won't repeat it all, Raph, but I mean, your mind is that what you're doing in the on the holodeck on the Starship Alan there? That's what you've rendered that well there. Mind is on. I mean, that's why you're part of this group, though. Who else? Raise your hand. Who else has had that thought? I'll be surprised if it's anybody else. Excuse me. Right. I was going to say, let's get back to it, but there's nothing else to do. We just sit here waiting for the signals. Tell you what I can do. I can do what I've been meaning to do, which is actually put those movie club suggestions into the Discord there. Oh, why is that coming here? You have to deal with that a second. Get my update box going for Discord. Raph was fantasizing about Alan. Why am I getting? Sorry, guys. We're bugger off. I don't need to join. I could join my own house network. Ridiculous. He trying to make me join their bloody free Wi-Fi. The fact that they're piggybacking off of that as well, insulting. Yeah, Raph was having fantasies about a Playboy Alan shot, centerfold Alan across the bonnet of the UFO there. And Haggis, if you receive this transmission, Team 9 in need of assistance, our ground crew here. Well, hopefully you'll know, if you're with us, you'll know when that comes up. Let's have a look. Movie Club. If I don't do this now, I will forget. Right. Let's do this. Sorry, guys. Slight distraction, but if I don't do it now, there will not be another movie club, because Alan is slacking there. Add film. So, guys, if you do want to suggest some... put some suggestions in for our monthly movie club. Oh, wrong button, Sam. Then all you got to do is go onto the Discord there, go onto Movie Club and type the film name, space, the platform, and it should pick it up. Although, why didn't it pick up AUP's ones there? And let's go back. Oh, it's Alien Autopsy on Amazon. That would be a good one. Nice, fun one. I really want to watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Again, it's been a very long time since I've seen that one. I think that would be a good one for us. Is it free anywhere, though? Is it on any of the free platforms? And Alan should pick up the movie club, but he's damn not. Oh, I can hear Otis. How you doing? Sometimes Leon puts me on the TV downstairs to entertain him. So hello, Otis, if you're watching. It's a parrot, if you don't know. Actually, no, he's a cockatoo. No, cockatiel. They are right. Okay, Alan, you've got some film suggestions now. Can you do a poll? Let's see if Alan does a poll. He's not done the poll yet, has he? He's going to require some more work, I think. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Alan's having a sulk. We'll get that one fixed later, though. Anyway, back to the actual stream. We have now got the movie club suggestions in there. I shouldn't have asked there, Simon. But, Simon, have you had the same thoughts too? Alan is definitely slacking there. And what do you think of the idea of signals smearing by space weather? I mean, radio is a strange phenomenon, really. It's a fundamental property, isn't it, of nature. It's a very natural thing. And it acts in mysterious ways. You get echoes, you get reflections, you get all sorts of weird stuff going on in radio, and I barely understand it. But yeah, I think you do have to be careful with these sorts of signals, because yeah, it is capable of coming from very prosaic explanations there. Alan is definitely slacking again there. And if you receive me, I had attempted to breach. I managed to gain control and never seen it. Okay, well there we go. You have to vote for it when we get the vote bloody work. You'll have to do it manually if not. The whistle where you work, yeah. I've got to say hello to Otis. No. I'm trying to fight the urge to order pizza. Ben, I'm craving a decent takeaway pizza. I'm sick of Domino's. For me, it's a separate thing. It's not quite like normal pizza. There's something about it. I don't dislike it, but I've had a lot of it there. But like, there's something about those massive cheap pizzas that you get, and we haven't got one around here in the country, and I'm missing it. So, oh, Kate, you didn't send us any. Did you have ice tonight, Kate? Everywhere, pizza's a winner all round. Oh, Moon, but Moon's technically not alien, though. I do like Moon. It's a very, very good one, Raf. But it's technically not alien, is it? There. And Carv is there as well there. So what's being used to find the alien signal? Good question. So we have a big parabolic mesh antenna out there in the garden. Comes in, it's processed by some amplifiers and some filters. Now all of those, including the dish, they're trained to a very narrow band range of frequencies, of channels there on the radio spectrum. The ones that we think are interested right in the middle is the hydrogen line, 1.420 there gigahertz, and that is where scientists think that if ET is out there, that's where they'll send the message. All of our kit is focused on that sort of frequency and just around it. Comes in to the computer, and then that's what you're seeing it being there. The live signals are coming in the top of this one here, across all the different frequencies. That yellow line is actually the frequency of interest, same as this green one here. This is the same information, but displayed as averages there. So we can actually see patterns, trends, and things a little bit easier there. Below this one here is a live star map showing where our dish is pointing, and the stars as they move as the night goes on there, so you can see what's about to come in range or go out of range. And the middle one here, this is the sound that you're hearing. This is the actual signal coming through from that frequency, the red line, and we want it to basically look like the green line. So that is what we're doing. That's how it's processed. A good question. Where you're joining us from there? It's big dish time, Raf. dish envy there. And we should see the tracking better, just not the bottom. So we did have it actually round the other way, basically, but it doesn't work like that for TikTok. So, and because it's the vertical way like that. So we used to have it that it was like full screen and all that, and you could see much more. But because TikTok's vertical, we had to then display it like this. It didn't work out, because otherwise you're only seeing the very center. But essentially, you can see any spikes. You can see any details that come up there. But it means you do have to deal with my big face, which is a bit of a downside. Hunt for the alien civilizations. Find 92 new extraterrestrial signals, and they look artificial. So Tank, is that the SETI at Home ones that was recent there? Because basically the SETI at Home project, what we're doing now there, but SETI organisation was doing it, and yeah, back in the early 2000s, they had all this data from the Arecibo telescope there, and because computing power was expensive back then, they sent it all around to everybody at home. You'd download this screensaver, and when you wasn't using your computer, you'd be processing the data for SETI. Lots of people in our community miss it and did it back then, but they've only just finished processing the data, and they come out with what? So is it 97 potential candidate signals? Now, what they'll do is eventually they'll take those signals and they will point their dishes at those signal sources to see if they can hear that one again, which is great, but those signals were recorded 20 years ago. What's the likelihood that they're still going to be going off? They're very energy intensive and unlikely to be on all the time. So I think it's good, but I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to push us over the line, you know. I don't think they're going to count that, and those signals are going to still be going, sadly. But would love it to be the case. Very exciting though, because one of the signals that they did get from that study, and they did release it really early on because it's an early detection, that is a very interesting signal. I think it was from Ross 128, which was again a closer by red dwarf star, only about 11 light years from us there. We know there's planets in its habitable zone there. That was an interesting one there. And what I read the other day, they're thinking now a lot of the signals could be dark matter. I mean, this is, yeah, it could be an angle of it, couldn't it? I mean, they call it dark matter because it doesn't interact in a lot of ways. So if it was interacting in radio, that would be very interesting. Anything that's dark, though, I am still quite skeptical of. Dark energy, dark matter, I just think they've got the initial numbers wrong. Because that's when scientists say dark matter, they mean they don't know what it is, but they've seen its effect to some degree. Which could also mean that they got the initial calculation wrong. They don't want to go back to do the maths. Not necessarily always. Dark matter is one of the ones that has got like a stronger argument for it. So it could well be, Ref. I hadn't heard that one, so I like that one. And I don't even have light pizza, but you wanted it though. I can relate there. Had all the noodles and Where are we? Hold on, I've missed so many messages here. Let me catch up there. Mushrooms with noodles. Oh, not mushrooms. No, I can't do mushrooms there. And Archie there. Any news on Leicester yet there? We must know the truth is real. I'm thinking that Leicester is just a conspiracy theory. You know, up there with the flat Earth. It doesn't exist. I've never seen it. I don't even like pizza, but you wanted that. Kate, I'm still like that with Domino's, but I do like normal pizza. 2 slices of toast in freedom. God, you are ill, Simon, if you're on the toast. Toast is one of those things that I come to whenever I am ill, and then I go, I do bloody love toast. I'm going to eat toast all the time. Every shade and type of toast. And then I finish my toast and don't eat it again for another 6 months. There, pepperoni pizza. Nice classic one, Rio. Nice classic there. We're absolutely receiving stray and repeatable signals from elsewhere. I don't care if they're otherwise. Well, this is the thing, that we are getting a lot of anomalous signals. When we first started doing this, I thought it was the WOW signal, maybe 1 or 2 more. But when you look into it, there are a hell of a lot of anomalous signals. And there are reasons for discounting them. You can't put them over the line and say they're definitely alien. Fair enough. But to say that they're definitely or very unlikely to be alien based on no evidence, I think is very unscientific. So I think so. I think so, Arch. I think it was the old SETI at Home there. Let me scroll down. We're all up to it there. Kate coming in with the shares. I appreciate that. It is the shares and the likes. It does help us reach more and more like-minded people. There has to be a doorstop toast, though. Good chunky size. Between 8 and 12 gigahertz there. What's that one? And, I can receive from 30 to 6,000. Jesus, that is quite the range there, Harco. And, yeah, there we go. We're up to date. We're across everything now. We're all up to date. We're all caught up, guys. It presupposes a lot about cognition elsewhere. Well, that is another angle there. And there are so many presuppositions that science works from. And the benefit of science operating like that is it means that the discoveries it does make are on quite firm foundations, mostly. But what it never recognises is its likelihood of discovering something, if that makes sense. It's got no idea about what could be out there until it knows that it is, and it always has the habit of going, no, it's not out there because I've not seen it. That is the downside of the scientific there. But those presuppositions there, what does life look like? Does life have to act like us? Does it have to look somewhat like us? Does it need what we need there? We mentioned earlier, didn't we, about the habitable zone being pretty much pointless as a rule of thumb of where life could be, because it could be so much more different than we are there. And the same would go for techno signatures too. Mum used to eat toast in the old gas fire. Now that is classic. Slightly burnt there. And there are certainly some good guesses we can probably make, but there's so much we can't know. Well, ultimately, we're not going to know. And I think our approach generally in the community and the people that are more open to this, it's not that we're going to get it 100% right. It's a degree of percentage there, but it doesn't matter. We don't have to be right about, what they're called, what particular star they might be from, or anything like that. We're the big picture people. We're going, look, there's something of interest that way. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. We're offering out. It's just the job of science to then dial that into specifics. But, it's the fact that on a degree of, a normal bell curve averages, we are going to be right a certain amount of times. And science seems to forget that one. And it's the alien exceptionalism rule there. It's really, it just screams in the face, doesn't it, of that we haven't learned anything from the days of Copernicus there. Why would we be special? Probably assume otherwise because we've been proved against it. I mean, it is possible. Maybe our planet is unique. Maybe that impact that they do theorize happened and formed the moon, gave us a very unique moon, also brought us organics that a planet within the habitable zone wouldn't have otherwise had. Maybe there was a lottery of circumstances which allowed life to form and flourish here. But I don't think it's obvious that that's the case at all there. In fact, I do think it's probably likely that life is going to be damn everywhere. DJ is in the house there as well. How are you doing? There as well, and 92 signals. I know it's crazy, but it's taken them 20 bloody years. I wanna know where those stars. And I probably could just Google it, but I want to know where those stars are that they got those signals, or they think that they've come from. So we can start to see if we're pointing our dish in that direction as well. And they haven't even proved dark matter yet. No, this isn't dark matter, dark energy. They haven't yet there. Oh, I'll have to check out Angry's in that one. I was looking earlier to watch the one that we were talking about the other night there, about the Free Eye Atlas one. I caught that one earlier. But yeah, the dark stuff is a bit... Dark matter is real. It's politics. Yeah, it's such a good angle. I mean, they keep saying we think we've photographed dark matter, or we think we've done all this. But when they say dark matter, basically what they mean is that they have their theory of how much gravitation or gravity and mass works. What's it called? General relativity, right? And then they look up with their telescopes to the universe, and they're seeing that the galaxies are moving in ways as if there is more gravity than we can calculate for. So we've looked up and gone, right, we think we can see all the stars. We're going to estimate there's about this much matter. There's a lot of matter. There's 10 matter in the universe there. And if there's 10 matter, then there should be a gravitational effect of 2. Total wrong figures here. I'm not going to do it, but you get the idea. But judging by general relativity there. And then they're observing it, and they're going, well, the matter looks about right. And, but the gravitational effect here is 4, not 2. So there must be more matter to cause this gravitational effect, but we can't see that matter, right? So it doesn't affect in light, it doesn't affect in the electromagnetic spectrum, it doesn't affect in any other way, shape or form that we can detect. so it's dark. When what they could have got wrong is general relativity. There could be an error there, which therefore means that, they don't need the dark matter to explain it. Same with dark energy there, and it's like, the expansion of the universe and stuff. So it's causing that by their calculations. There's a gap in the maths. So what could that thing be? And maybe there is a thing there, but also, have you checked your maths, boys? There, Lee as well, coming in with the gifts. Thank you there. So, those thumbs are not doing the things. There, Kate, you'll get there. It's fine. It's because you had mushrooms. That's what it is. It's affecting your brain. They're meant to be good for your brain, aren't they? There, we're all good, DJ. We're all good. It's Sunday, and it's overcast. We're as good as we can be. Life arose on Earth stupidly quickly, and intelligent life will probably be rare, but we are hearing things. So, Archie, you're speaking my language there. I love it there. So the stupidly quickly is a brilliant way to define it, because this is the thing. We looked at, our understanding of how the Earth formed, cooled, and became habitable, and we thought, yeah, it's going to be too dodgy. It's going to be a bit rough neck of the woods for life to form on Earth this early on. But as we are getting evidence, we're actually going, fuck. No, as soon as it possibly could, as soon as it cooled down ever so slightly, just enough, life started to develop there. It didn't take chance, it just happened bloody immediately, didn't it? There, but as you say there, we are complex and intelligent life, so maybe there's life, maybe there's complex life, but is it intelligent and is it civilizations? These are interesting questions. But I think if it turns out, as it looks, that our galaxy is full of at least microbial life, life being everywhere, and then you've just got to wait for the habitable areas for that to arise into more complex and civilization. My gut is telling me it's probably going to be damn everywhere, and it's going to be reasonably common to even have intelligent life. I mean, they looked, didn't they, recently? There was a paper out there that was going by, like, for our understanding of evolution, looking at, I think it was from single cellular life to multicellular life there, from single cellular life to where we are now, basically. They looked at all the evolutionary steps, totted up how long that would take, and basically we're about 2 billion years short from life to have started from nothing to where we are now. Basically, they were doing the maths on it, and if you look at how long Earth has been habitable, yeah, we're 2 billion years short, if their calculations are correct. But what is very, very interesting is that Mars was habitable 2 billion years before the Earth. So it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? The life kind of got going on Mars. It got to an evolutionary point, quite simple life still, and then, impact or whatever. We know we share rocks between Mars that all of the time there, so maybe that landed at the right time, and then, that early microbial life populated the Earth from Mars. They sneezed life onto us. I think that's looking a very, very interesting case there. So what is dark matter meant to be, Ben? So yeah, basically, it just means question mark. So they're seeing as if there should be there, and I always equate this to like my bank account, right? It's I'm a dark millionaire. If you look at my spending, it would imply that I'm a millionaire, but I can't see that money in my account, so it must be dark money there, So I'm a dark millionaire, but that's rather than going, no, reality check. You're not earning that much, stop spending. They're all patting themselves on the back, looking really hard for these dark millionaires there. It's amazing how science will jerk themselves off in knots. And things there are just not telling us. Like, I bore conspiracies normally, but this is a different. I think, conspiracies are interesting because they turn out most of the time to be true. Like, no smoke without fire. It doesn't mean all are at all. And it doesn't mean that the conspiracies are 100% correct. But there's normally something there for that to catch and to get traction, isn't there? There's normally something, especially the day and age we're living in now. It all bloody seems to be coming true, doesn't it? There. It's bark matter, and you can't otherwise. I like that. There. Yeah, it's there. And what did one matter say to the other? Oh, come on, what is it? What's the matter with you? Well, very well done. Azina, you're not in at the minute, but if you were, you'd appreciate that joke there. Hello, Laura Lass as well. How are you doing there? We love it, DJ. We love it. And I can't even pronounce that one, Archie. And Aurora there, radio signal. Yeah, that is what we're doing. We're doing a live alien radio signal hunt there. So we've got a big dish outside, comes in, runs through various equipment, and you're seeing the live channels coming in there. And the idea is that as the Earth rotates, our dish is sweeping across the night sky, passing over various stars and their planets. Hopefully, if we're lucky, one of them that we pass over will be sending a signal to us. We want to see it on the screen there. So we're looking out for potential alien radio signals. Now, if we do get one, it's right place, right time sort of deal, but they'll only be on screen for between 30 to 90 seconds there. That is with the Earth's rotation, how long at those distances we are likely to detect, have our dish pointing over that target for. So keep your eyes peeled. But until then, let's ask your questions there. And Mars may have been, it's certainly possible. It definitely, and I mean, looking at the evidence that they've got recently, they've come out and basically said, no, look, we are really convinced that there is, evidence of microbial fossils there from Mars's ancient past. If we go by the Viking missions, there is current microbial life there. And it has a very, very strong argument for that. And then, you think about like the clouds of Venus there, the phosphine. Is it phosphine in Venus? That looks like there could be life there as well. It's not slam dunk. You can't bet the farm on it, but it is there. You take all this stuff together and you go, I think at least microbial life is going to be everywhere there. Let's hear those bank details. 1, 2, 3. So there. I think most of them are actually not. Actually, you're quite right. They're there. That's a different sort of dark. I just meant that the money ain't there. And my mind keeps drifting and I keep turning back and at some really weird points. Well, at least it's not as weird as yesterday with the straws. And some of the reasons it's not being talked about is because this means the means of conveyance isn't there. I mean, that is part of it as well, isn't it, there? And Greg is like, what? Oh, I've forgotten what that was relating to, Greg, because I'm so behind in the chat. What was that about? Let me know and I'll answer. And they can't figure out how to say it, and they don't approximate. There is something, but don't know how to define it. So there is this as well, and also that they don't want to. And it's kind of a fair argument that they don't want to say that, look, we've got it, or we've got these detections that are looking very positive and we think there is life, because they know that they will be hounded by us and by the press. They'll go, right, we've got this detection of microbial life, and that's all the information they have. And then we'll be going, is it a threat? Are the aliens bad? What do the aliens look like? And we'll just be hounding the scientists over and over and over again. They don't want the hassle. I think SETI have even come out and said that's one of the things why their policy is to not tell anyone there. And does it automatically record if you find something? So, yes and no. We are recording, but we're actually recording within the streaming side of it. So this part of it doesn't actually record, but it does flash up if it triggers. If we get a clear enough spike and it goes over, I think this line here, then we do, and it's in this zone, then it does trigger. I'll press the button in a second and you can see what that looks like so when it triggers. Make sure it's still working when that one goes.
Alert. Signal detected.
There we go. So that's roughly what it looks like. And
match. Signal pattern matches WoW signal.
So yeah, if it matches as well, they're the alerts that can get triggered. So don't get too excited. We haven't got it yet. That's just the test. Do you think World War III will start, Jamie? Good question. I think we have to be careful, but I don't think it's obvious that it will. The world is a horrible place at the minute, but it's more that it's always been horrible. We're just seeing more of it. I don't think we're in any special time. There are always opportunities for us to take a misstep, make a wrong decision as a species, as nations. But honestly, I don't think we're as close as the media wants you to think there. But people want you to panic. The news channels want you to watch and be scared, so you're always watching for information. Political affiliations want you to be scared, so then you'll vote for the other person next time. And other people want you to be scared of the other person, so you'll vote for the person that did it this time. Everyone's got a damn agenda. And the amount of times that I've heard people go, oh, it's World War III, and it hasn't been yet. But I don't blame people for being scared at all, because it's a stressful time there. But I don't think yet. And you can hold me to that, and you can tell me that I was wrong when we see that big bright flash before the world ends. Archie as well, thank you for saying it more concisely. Oh, Archie, I am not concise at all. Thank you for the thanks. And looks like the spike has gone again. Up and down. At least we are seeing some changes. We're getting a little bit over here, and a slight ridge. But yeah, I mean, even the ridge has gone down there. So God knows, it's a bit of a weird one, but again, that can change at any point there, can't it? At any point that can change as we pass over the right star at the right time. Ukraine are helping the US now. They've got their own stuff to be dealing with, haven't they? And lots of fear mongering, and it's exhausting living on it. It is. It very much is there. And well, people are scaremongering to the 9th degree on here right now. And I'm like one of them. I'm one of the reciprocants. I'm one of the people that will see this stuff, and I will get scared myself. Like I am just as susceptible for getting in that headspace, like 100% with it. But I'm trying not to. Like I'm trying to kind of reassure myself as well. Like because if you look back throughout humanity's history, the challenges that we're facing now are, in the specifics, they are unique, but they are not unique out of all of time. And I always go back to slightly different because this is conflict rather than a technological one, but like when people talk about the threat from nuclear technology, I always go back to, well, fire was the thing that has killed most things on this planet, and it's also the thing that has helped us as a species, you know, cook food, improve our, you know, neural density in our brains to, you know, keep us warm and keep predators away at night there, you know, like we managed to harness fire. You know, the thing that has killed the most things ever on this planet. And in fact, we've harnessed it so well that I've got a little bit of it over on that wall over there that's keeping my house warm. I'm 2 foot away from a bit of burning fire. And that is the most dangerous thing that humanity has ever known. There. So we managed to get over that one. And we managed to get over a lot of things as well there. We got through the Cold War, and that was very close at times. And I think if we could get past that, then we have at least a reasonable chance of getting through anything that comes up now. You know, it's very easy to look to the negative because that's what we're shown a lot of the time, but there's a hell of a lot of positive in humanity as well. There are a hell of a lot of sane, sound-minded people that can and do step in and save the day, you know, so we have got every chance. We can't be complacent, and we do have to pay attention to make sure we're doing what we can. We could always, you know, this could always be the time that it doesn't go well, but but I don't think it's guaranteed there. But I think we have to do our best, don't we, to not scare ourselves as much as possible, because we don't make the best decisions when we're in that emotional state. You know, we don't make the best decisions for it. And they can feed us anything on the TV for us to believe. They do, and we do believe it because we are programmed as a species to look to what the group is doing, you know. So we joke about sheep, but we still have that biological mechanism in it, and we have it for a very, very good reason, which is that if we had to know everything 100% for ourselves all of the time, we don't have the time for that. We wouldn't get on with anything. We wouldn't advance as a species. So we have to delegate some understanding, some knowledge, some authority out there. But the problem with that is it can be hijacked, and it often is. You know, if it comes in at a high enough level, like we laugh at old people falling for scams, you know, somebody brings them up and says, hello, I'm from the bank, give me your bank details, and we go, oh, grandma's fallen for that one. Silly. But back in the day, phones were expensive. Scammers couldn't really afford that. It was quite a palaver to do all of that, you know, and you know, there were those barriers to entry there that made those things have authority, and because they had authority then, and Granny hasn't updated it with technology, as we all kind of get a bit behind, it slips in the back door, you know, for Granny, but you get what I mean, you know, like that we always have these things, and legacy media is one. Like if we're seeing multiple people, this is an interesting psychological factor here. We will respond psychologically the same to 9 people telling us about the same bad event as we would respond to 9 equally bad events. So if I tell you in your town there has been 9 separate muggings, that is objectively more of a threat than if somebody tells you that Jim was mugged and 9 people tell you about that. Right? You know, that's 1 mugging, and that's versus 9 muggings. One's worse than the other. But psychologically, we will treat that unconsciously both as 9 muggings there. So when we're seeing all this stuff on TikTok now, and they're all saying the same thing, it's not new information, it's not contributing to the overall picture, but every time we swipe and we see that, our brain goes, oh, this is getting worse, this is getting worse, this is getting worse, and the same happens positively as well. We have to be careful of that. But it's interesting how these systems that we have in our brains, they work there. Camera is delayed there, probably a little bit of lag. Hopefully it'll sort itself out there. And any spikes are me modulating my microwave to disrupt the stream. Hey, please do, Archie. We could use some excitements there. And wearing a suit of armor to avoid the effects. There. What I'm more worried about is them forcing my son to go and fight for something that's all about greed. There, I think very, very understandable, Kate. You know, as a parent, you've got skin in the game that I don't have there, and like, you know, this is the thing. You know, like, you know, was it you said it other time? Somebody else mentioned it. You know, people. You know, you're sending in. It's never the people that make the decisions, is it, that goes and does the dirty work and does the fighting there, and I don't think we're close to that. As close to that, yeah, it's possible. There is a chain of events, but I don't think it's probable with it there at all. And I also don't think it's sustainable as well. I mean, even Russia's having problems recruiting people to do it. They can't even quite force people to do it. I think they'd be buggered if they did try to do it here. So I don't think that's very, very likely. It's not that it's impossible, but I don't think it's very likely, and I think it's very understandable that those things come up there, and I have the privilege of not having skin, you know, in the game there for that. And I would recommend people watching Threads 984. It's very calming. Archie, I want to watch that a couple of months ago, because I used to be quite into the Cold War, really objectively, I'm just interested in geeky little interest there, and I thought, you know, I've never seen Threads, I should go watch it. It was on iPlayer. And I watched about 10 minutes of that, and something about it just sent me into like the deepest depression. And I didn't even get to the worst bits yet. Like, how the hell has this affected me so much? But it really, yeah, it was effective, wasn't it, there? And it may get worse, but no one is going to press the button. Well, I hope so, and I don't think so, because apparently, you know, why wouldn't they have pressed it by now? Like, I do not think, objectively, that we are in a politically or geopolitically spicier time than we were during the peak of the Cuban Missile Crisis, and we didn't blow ourselves up then. You know, like, I think objectively it's not good, we need to be careful, but it isn't the same as it was there. It might take this conflict to finally bring people to a sense there. I don't know if we'll be that lucky, but this we have to learn from mistakes. Sadly, that does seem to be the way, you know, on a broader sense, that society does learn is from its mistakes. So we have to, just as long as the mistake isn't so great that you can't come back for with it there. And even someone as delusional as you know who, yes, Alan, there. That was it, Kate. That was the one I was looking for. Men in suits sending men in boots there, and I thought it perfectly sums it up there. The president there. How you doing, Beer Buster? Just seeing you there. And it's not for the faint of heart there. And it doesn't pull any punches. And I didn't even get to the back. I was literally in the setup. Just in the setup. And it got me already there. Yeah, that no one will press the button. I'm starting to think that there is some reason why it can't be pressed. I don't know quite what yet. But I'm leaning that way. Maybe it's aliens. Maybe the button doesn't work. There, I don't care to qualify myself, but I was in the military and middle everything. Oh, okay. I'm curious now. There, I've predicted so far has been right, except for your Lest theory. It sounds strange. That is interesting. It's a data point. And until Monday and power stop corrupting, until money and power stop corrupting those who have it, same mistakes will loop and repeat. 100% there. But the problem is, and I think the mistake that we're making here, is that we're saying that, you know, bad people do bad things, and we need to flip that on our head. I think we all do bad things, especially if we're not prepared for that situation. And we make a mistake as a society that we don't train people how to handle power or how to handle money and advantage and things like that. We all want to go for it. That's what everybody's aiming for. And then we all go, you did that wrong, you know, you've abused that one. But we don't ever tell people how to handle this. And I go back to when I was quite young. This is very, very, like, it's a lazy story, basically. Like, it's a loose connection here. But I wasn't particularly confident in school or anything like that, you know. Not quite that, like, but you know what I mean. I wasn't particularly anything special. But I got very lucky after leaving school, and I managed to set up a business that worked quite well, and therefore I was kind of like ahead of everybody else all of a sudden there. And if you do not check yourself when you're in that position of advantage, you will be a dick. Nobody trains you for that one. And luckily, I was humbled by life quite reasonably into that before I got too bad. But I can 100% see how people just go with that and then do think that they are pretty good, and to not check themselves and their behavior and things like that, you know, around other people. Like, having the security and confidence and power will make you, will not, you'll be surprised. And that's not for everybody. Some people are naturally, or they've done the work to not be a dick. You know, there are some people that actually do that, but most people, they've just never been in that position, you know, to do that one. And I was definitely one of that one. It was a harsh lesson to correct and come round. And I don't think we do a good enough job in society of preparing people for those positions. And then we cry when they don't handle it badly. You know, when they do handle it badly there. Tree word will be like Simon Cowell with the big red button. Yeah, he's probably pressed it a few times there. And it's a brilliant film, and I watched it multiple times. Who doesn't want to see a prime piece of Yorkshire there be turned into a cloud? I do need to sit down and watch it there. And maybe that's the one and only thing ETs will intervene with. Well, maybe they have, and maybe you're right with that. You know, that might be why we didn't. You know, because we don't necessarily look that responsible, do we? You know, I wouldn't think it's obvious that we do make the best decisions. So that's what I mean. If we didn't do it back then, either it's intervention or we're not likely to do it now. So it could well be on that one. And actually, people don't back the people with the right morals. I mean, morals are definitely part of it. They are definitely part of it. There's you know, I mean, you know, your background, where you come from, what you value, and all that sort of stuff like that. But I've definitely seen people go down that path and just not check themselves with it at all. On every side, when it's political spectrum and all that sort of stuff, I've definitely seen like that there. So I think that's something that we could tackle as well with it there. And because they were constantly intervening with everything, and we would never learn and develop there. So that is exactly right. So, you know, if they get into every little argument, then we never we learn that lesson. And we don't have that skill for ourselves. You know, I heard somebody say that, you know, when you, and it was a therapist talking about how he handles clients, and he was saying that, you know, if you jump in and basically tell them what their issue is, you're robbing them of that discovery and that lesson, you know, like, you can't, even though you could like save them a few hours by going like, I think this is where the problem is, they need to come to it themselves. They need to learn that skill, and sometimes it can be harsh. It's just kind of, can you as the overseer make sure that the mistakes that they make when learning that lesson isn't too much to be dangerous there with it. And people, unless I knew them personally, actually that's quite, and that is another one, Kate, actually really on the money with that one, like, because I don't know what the particular number is there, but like, I think this is where, again, a lot of that comes from, with like a lot of the, you know, the CEOs making those decisions there. Like, there is only a certain number of people that you can have a relationship with and understand as people before they do become numbers, and therefore that's, you know, that's why it's, we just lay people off or whatever it is like that, because they're just too big. There is no connection there. In the same way that when we talk about how many billions of stars are in the solar system, you know, or not in the solar system, in the galaxy, we go, it's a number, I get that, but there's no emotional connection. And I think that unchecked, because they're not conscious of that, that is why they make those decisions, which I think rightly are there. That's when the morality comes into it. And I think if you've got that stronger, that better moral compass there, you will know to check that one a bit more often. But I think, yeah, that you know, they don't, and they make those decisions based on that, because there isn't that's that emotional connection. You know, like, how do you handle large organizations where that will be a problem? Watch it, it's grim. It's better forget it exists. But I do need to. It's on the list there. And UFO Now is here. How are you doing there? Good to see you there. And what I will say to people is, resist calls for conscription, no matter what happens, and no wars there. And on with the stream. I mean, yeah, it's an interesting one. I think they'd have a hard time doing it there. Where are we in the... oh, God, tubers, I have been slacking. Morally balanced. Imbalance there. I think you're right with it, Kate. I think you're right there. You know, like, some people do have morals, but I don't feel like we teach them anymore. right? You know, like if I'm going, you know, I think, you know, that's when your parents and your community come in to guide you in that. But there isn't like a cultural default for it now. So when you are unfortunate enough that you aren't in a good place, you know, like you don't have good support structures, you don't have good family or friends around you, and then without some sort of overarching cultural moral system, like no wonder people become dicks, you know, and do this stuff. Like, you know, where's our overarching cultural, you know, input on this to give people a chance of having like the right direction there? We have to log up for, what's that one? Janie as well, thank you for the guest. That's very, very kind. Have I missed anybody else on that one as well? Janie as well, and Lee on those ones. Right, over to the tubes. I've been slacking. How are you doing, Janie, there? And they said they are going to they're getting laser signals optical. So yes, I've heard about this one as well. It was a paper. I think it was a postdoctoral guy. He was doing his dissertation basically, and he wanted to do it on, you know, is there any, you know, he theorized that there probably would be a big civilization. If there is one, there'll be a galactic internet, and the best way to run that galactic internet is laser nodes connecting everything. And if so, we should be able to see those lasers being pointed at us. So he got some telescope data, I think from like 2017. There's only a little bit, and he studied to look for the traces of, you know, potential lasers in this telescope data. And lo and behold, he had hundreds of candidate signals. Now that paper is about to go for peer review, but it does look like there is lasers being shone at here on Earth. And that's interesting for two reasons. One, lasers are technological in nature, they are not natural, but also they are directional. So for us to be seeing them, they are being pointed at us. So it's very, very, very interesting there. And also, but Samuel, the flat earthers believe the Earth is only 5,000 years old, I don't agree. But the reasons why I'm confident that that isn't the case is relying, going back to that chain of authority there. I just feel that, you know, well, a lot of people have done work in that area, so surely we would know, and it would be the general consensus that it isn't. But also, that's when that's when, you know, you relying on other people, it's when it can go wrong there. And it doesn't, yeah. And are aliens probing to obtain dark matter? That's brown matter. It's a very different one. And the air in Venus is habitable. So yeah, higher up, the pressure, the temperature is all reasonably habitable. It's quite acidic apparently, but higher up. So they do think in the upper clouds of Venus, even though the actual surface is a bloody hellhole there, the high pressures, high heat, of awfulness, like it rains molten metal and crap. It's a real you know, holiday destination is the surface of Venus there. But in the upper atmosphere, it's actually reasonably Earth-like, you know, so that's where they do think that, you know, microbes in the clouds and stuff could work. Now, how would have life developed there? Could it have developed in the clouds, or do they need land? But maybe Venus, we expect, was habitable early on, so maybe that's just all that's surviving, the same way that is microbes probably on Mars as well there. So good angle on those ones. And are the lasers that Jamie was using in Kindergarten Cop to defend his mum? I don't know if I've seen Kindergarten Cop there. That's an old one. But these, you know, those space lasers, pew pew, exactly, Simon. It makes sense, you know, if that sort of communication, just, you know, point to point, node to node. I mean, that's how SpaceX does it with Starlink. You know, the big constellation of satellites all around our Earth. So there's always a satellite above you to do your internet, you know, satellite internet connectivity. They have a constellation that's always moving. So the way that they get that data across, it's this connected network, is that they use lasers between them. You know, so it's not a radio thing; it's a laser beam between them there. So apparently it's more efficient and all that there. So it makes sense they're doing it there. Floating cities in Venus. Well, okay, one of the proposed ideas to explore Venus, you know, send a rocket up there, is to actually put blimps in the upper atmosphere, and, you know, even manned crewed blimps there. I mean, you wouldn't want to suddenly have that deflate. You're not going to last long. But yeah, they want to put blimps up there. I thought was quite cool. What's the game? BioShock, isn't that all about? Or one of them is about a floating city or something like that, all on steampunk hot air balloons. Just be like that there. Might be the true location of Leicester Prime. I'm thinking like Optimus Prime there. Leicester Prime. Is that a type of cheese? Delicious, a Leicester Prime. Where are we? We're up to date there, I think. But yeah, no, there we go. We had another love rant tonight. You get me going now. Interesting. At least it's not moaning about straws. If you are just joining us, guys, we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt and getting interesting adjacent topics. I quite like it. There, we are looking for potential alien radio signals. On the meters down here, they're attached to a very large dish outside. And as the Earth rotates, that dish is pointing up to the night sky there. And as the Earth rotates, it sweeps across the sky, passing over various stars and their planets. Hopefully one of them is going to have a signal, like the WOW signal from back in the 1970s. But plenty of other strange signals have been detected, and that's what we're listening for. So we're looking for activity going on all the meters down here. We want that red line to look like that green line. That's what we want to see. So do make sure you're following us, because we do something like this every night. If it's a cloudy day, we're doing this, the live alien radio signal hunt. If it's a clear sky, though, we do a UFO UAP skywatch here in Wiltshire, right in the heart of crop circle country, and that's what it looks like, all the weird and wonderful things flying around the night sky. If I can be bothered and the moon's up, we do a moon watch. That's what that looks like. See all the craters, all the details, talk about how weird it is. Then if you're following, hopefully you'll get a message there as well. Where are we? Back over to the chat. Have you heard of Gary McKinnon there, the guy who hacked the spacecraft? Yes, he did a really good interview recently with one of my favourite guys, Jesse Michaels there of American Alchemy. He did. Yeah, and I think Gary, I mean, he was treated atrociously there. It's horrible to think. That gives me a pit of my stomach to think that still happens in this day and age, but it does. And we have to be aware of it, that people are treated like that. But yeah, it's another interesting one. Again, it couldn't knock it over the line, but it does point, doesn't it, to lots of interesting activity there. Lester might be the colloquial name for Cybertron. And at least there were aliens and space themes mixed in this time. I mean, kind of. Jason Topics, aka my nonsense. Not at all, Archie. We love it there. And I think a lot of these things are connected. One of the biggest things that I get not frustrated by, but I definitely think that all of the subjects that I'm interested in, whether it's the aliens, whether it's the more paranormal, whether it's the ancient history, lost civilization stuff here, they have all of these experts and very intelligent people contributing to the conversation and experiences, and people with the knowledge coming in and people chewing it over. I think we're in a great place with us, with the non-academic world now exploring these subjects. But what they all miss is the sociological and the psychological effects of these things, how the brain takes in data, how it understands data, you know, how it stores it, and all that sort of stuff. Because I think that A, helps you filter out stuff, but B, it helps you understand so much about the phenomena, what we're talking about ourselves and why we keep getting tripped up. And nobody's talking really about those angles with it. And I think it's the missing puzzle piece with it at all there, you know. For example, a big thing in the UFO world is how the phenomena affects people differently. Two people can see totally different things, even if they're having the same experience physically. And a lot of the way that people talk about that is that the phenomena itself is creating what, you know, in your mind, what either you want to see or what they want you to see. It's like you know, the aliens have got active control over your perception, and I think we don't need that explanation, because we know that we will subjectively interpret different things. We do not see base reality. We don't see the raw data as it comes in. We filter it within our brains through models of understanding. So you can literally be looking at something and not see it really there. It's not as clear as it is. And I think that's one of the big missing things, and it can explain a lot of the variability there. And it's not about debunking it at all. It's about making sure we have the right understanding about what the data is that we're getting in, because we keep tripping ourselves up. I think so. I think these adjacent things are actually quite important to talk about there. And I've broken hold of the pizza because I wanted to kind of go, oh, the cravings, Ben. The cravings, Ben. Send me a picture of your pizza. I really want a decent pizza. Happy to share. Can you post it off to us? And a public announcement. Don't mention the turtles or paper straws. Thank you. Oh, you've mentioned it now. Okay, right. Those, or the lids on plastic bottles there. The rage of those turtles got me. Oh, excuse me. Have we skipped again? It's bloody skipped. I'll work at 5, Lee. Good night. Well, thank you for joining us if you're still on, Lee. I hope 5 is a ridiculous time. Hope it's not too bad for you there. Oh, and watch the interview until 4 a.m. this morning. It's so interesting. I love that channel. Just the way that Jesse thinks about it and looks at it. He feels like he's put an angle on the same stuff that we've heard over and over again. So yeah, I'm a big fan there. I'm currently listening to the one with Eric Weinstein and oh god, it's not Christopher Mellon. Who is it? There's another one that's interesting getting them together. They're bashing heads on physics at the minute. They're the non-terrestrial officers list. Exactly. What other reason could there be for that? Little things like that. Yeah, exactly, Loris. I 100% agree. It doesn't flag any red flags to me with old McKinnon there, and they rely on confusion, so they definitely do. I am become Lester. Heisen bloke or whatever there, destroyer of worlds. I have become Lester. And who is this? Is this the hacker? Yeah, so it's the Scottish, the UK hacker, and he kind of hacked technically, but not really much effort into a lot of open computers at NASA and some of the defence agencies. He got, he claims to have seen, he couldn't get a copy of it, a UFO image, from space looking down to Earth, and there was the UFO in it. There was the list of non-terrestrial officers, I think ships as well. So it was an interesting one there. Where are we over on the tubes there? Ah, Maya, hello. How are you feeling today? Good to see you. And a financial signal, well over 100 a barrel there. Jesus, that's a lot there. I up there. Lots of orbs in Dubai. It makes sense. All of that part of the world. That's going to be, I suppose, most densely populated with people that can also report it. So it makes sense that there is a spike going on there. And oil up 100% in about a week there. I mean, exactly. Can you come? Not 100%. That is these knock-on effects. Any actual? Is it all orbs, Maya, that you're seeing, or is there any actual craft as well? Craft shapes there. Cat Nasser and his wife. He did, Maya. He's the hero we need for that one. Is it Gary McKinnon or something like that one? Ah, hello, Dan. How are you doing? I'm thinking about you. I've nearly got that. I was going to message you, actually. I think I have just about got the thing ready that was talking about for the Patreon there, if you did want to test that one. I'll drop you a message and get you guys set up there if you are interested. Now, how have you been? We had good fun on the podcast there the other night. Oh, Night Beer Buster as well. Good to see ya. Unexplained, they said. Makes sense. There. Oh, have a drink there, see if that recovers my voice. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, joining us now, we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt for the next few minutes there, hoping to detect some anomalous signals coming in from out there in deep space, like the WOW signal heard in the 1970s, but many more since then. Anomalous signals, what we want to see there. Hopefully those meters will start flashing at any point there. It's a bit of a lottery, right place, right time. But yeah, hopefully we'll be passing over the star that is inhabited by intelligent life, sending us a signal. Until then, though, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from. Oh, you're good? Oh, glad to hear it there. Oh, excellent. Oh, but that is very, very, very kind of you, Dan. I'd forgotten about that, but that's cool. Oh, don't worry. Oh, I feel your pain there. I feel your pain. But yeah, I will drop you a message, and we can go from there to set you up. I've already created a little test world for you there. In fact, can I bring it up? I think I might be able to bring it up for you. I might give you a little test. The rest of the stream are going to be going, what are we doing here? But we'll see. Hold on. I'm hijacking the whole stream for this, guys. Hold on. I have to wait for it to load. I added new features, and it's made it a bit slower now. Or maybe it needs to be refreshed, and it's my computer. Come on. Damn. It's not working now, typical. More bugs to work out there. Oh, no, my fault. My fault, I hadn't actually clicked refresh then. Right, where is, if I copy that one and then bring that in to here. So, I said I took the liberty of making you up. So we've used our Patreons, Dan. Let me load it up here. There we go. Oh, it's not loaded. Give it a second. There we go. Right, so I've used our Patreons, but I did you a custom manner there, and you can change all that. We can also change the background image, but I also put both of you guys in there as NPCs with your image, so you're in on the mansion as well there. So a little one for you. But we can change the image, change the rooms and the fonts, and obviously it would be your Patreons in there as well. But I got carried away. So we can set that up for you there. Anyway, back to the stream. Where are we there? Good night, Beer Buster, as well there, if I missed that one. And is our luck at the signal will just after the stream. Yeah, I always think that when we've got our camera doing the skywatch there, the aliens are just off camera. Just off. I feel like I need an all-sky 360 camera, just even if it's low quality, just to keep there, and I can make sure we're not missing anything out in the bigger picture there. Zeta Reticuli there gets some xenomorphs on the line. I mean, Zeta Reticuli is meant to be where the greys come from, isn't it? Sadly, it's a southern hemisphere star system, isn't it? So we can't point our dish to it. I was very disappointed about that as well. And if aliens landed on Earth, which world leader would... Oh, let me scroll up. Which world leader would you choose to make first contact? I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them. I'm sure we'd have to pick one. It's a cop-out answer, but I don't like any of them. There. Oh, excellent. And again, you can customize it to how you like as well there, as well, Dan. But I got carried away and made you a custom haunted house there. We can add extra NPCs as well. And we must receive the signal from a one and only Ronnie Pickering. Oh my God, could you imagine if it comes out like that one? Where are we? Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. I got very carried away. But yeah, I'll drop you a message and I'll show you where to, basically, you'll have to go onto the site, create your account, then I'll just build it for you, and then you can tell me if you want any details changed before you send it live. Actually, none of them. What's that for? Oh, Yorkshire must be the vehicle by which we communicate with the stars. It's the only mindset. Yorkshire is the way there. I'll work it out. Where are we? Over on the tubes there as well. Also, something on them having a gate. So I've heard about this, like in regards to like Iraq and things there, like a Stargate. But I mean, it's all that part of the world, so maybe Stargate makes sense to me for ships to travel through. Could very well be the case. That is one of the areas I just don't know much about. I kind of hear about it in. I don't hear about it in specifics. You know, like with Roswell, you have a specific location and things like that. The Stargates, I don't hear enough specifics, but it fascinates me. I'd love that to be the case there. And Vinny as well, most wars could be stopped if mankind was intelligent enough. Simply fairness and trust in finances, business, trade, and politics. But mankind is not intelligent enough. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there. I think we've got a long way to go. But what I think is the thing that we're missing is that the difference is that we all have very different experiences, and to various degrees. And I would argue that that nations and borders are not defined by war. They're not defined by war. They're initially one, but they can't be held unless enough people in that defined area share the same experience or similar enough, you know? Because, you know, like water will level itself out, you know, this is what people will do and resources will do the same. So, you know, if you're trying to apply your culture and your laws that work for you and your circumstances, and you try and apply that to somewhere that's very, very different with a different set of rules. I mean, we look to the West, where we are here in Europe, and we look to the Middle East, and one glaring difference is that it's blisteringly hot over there where it isn't over here. You know, it's an environmental difference, and it seems a bit silly, but that is going to mean that, you know, it's going to require more energy for them to cool their houses, than we probably, it's probably more than we spend to heat our houses. So it doesn't balance out. People have different experiences. And I think until we share those experiences, then we're always going to have difference of opinions, desire for resources, and there'll always be friction and conflict. But that's where technology comes in to equalize that playing field. And then I think it'll just happen that we all just do start to work better once the technology allows for it there. Oh, you got the high pitch again, Mayor. That was a sign last time, wasn't it, that something was going on there. Let me scroll up to where are we? Oh, so they say. It's fine, really. We like a little bit of Yorkshire lore. No Stargate unless Kurt Russell was involved. I mean, I was a MacGyver. What is his name? Richard Dean Anderson fan. I liked him. I liked that one. But the original film was very, very good. There. Where is the signal, Mark? You are asking the pertinent questions. It's gone. It's gone. The interference signal is gone tonight. It was there the other night, and I'm sure it'll be back again. But yeah, something's going on. Doesn't point, does it? Necessarily to the interference there. And Simon, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you get some rest, and we'll see you later on in the week there. I only learnt of it recently. The cover for it was exceedingly entertaining. Oh, and I can attest, as someone married to a Levantine woman. Is that Levantine? Oh my God, I can't pronounce things. Jesus, what is that with me? Exactly, and there is stuff going on there as well, isn't there? Just don't get me to spell it. That's the worst one. Oh, is it a different setup now on the TikTok? No alien signal. So, well, we didn't have alien signals technically before. We were listening out, but we were getting interference signals that, were anomalous, but they could still be technological interference. There is a slightly different setup, so we've mixed it up so you guys on the TikTok can actually see all of the information that was only on the YouTube before, but now you guys, it's smaller, but at least you can kind of see it all with the layout. That's the thing. But we have actually updated our equipment because thank you to these people. There you go, Nuelec. They're the manufacturers of the equipment. They've sent us some new kits, so it's actually a bit more sensitive, which is why the background noise is now not peaking so high, because it's now effectively quietening the background noise, and in theory any signals that might have been lost, we can hear quieter signals. So thank you to Nuelec for doing that one. If you want to start doing your radio stuff as well, go to their website. They've got all the gear, but more importantly, look, there's 3 of these starter sets that they are giving away there. So at the end of the month, we'll be doing a draw. All you've got to do is go to our Discord there, join that. When you're there, there is a channel in there called competition. Type the word alien in there, and then you're, one of 3 sets, has a chance to be yours. You've got to be over 18. You've got to be from, UK, Europe, or North America for them to post it to you. But yeah, there's not a lot of you guys. So 1 in 3 isn't the odds aren't too bad with 3 sets to give away. So you could be doing this at home yourself there, and many, many more things you can do in the wonderful world of radio. So do make sure that you enter that one as well. I have to go, but thanks thank you, Archie, as well. We do love the conversation. We do appreciate it. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Hopefully we'll see you later on in the week as well. We've flatlined on the signal, and I've pitched in your ears there, because I can't remember what the signal was doing, but it was playing up as well last time. Was it that we had consistent spikes, or that they had gone dead as well? Because there was a period, wasn't there, when 3i kind of went behind the sun. We were similar to this, very, very quiet. Auto scientists have discovered those with Irish negative blood there may carry DNA. They said it could have been crossbreeding. Oh, I've heard something along the lines that there could be the old alien DNA involved in that, and it would make sense. Maybe heightened intuition and those things as well, all coming into play there. Let's quickly give ourselves one last trip over to the Starship Alan. No, that's because I had the wrong thing loaded up. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Alan. Where's the Starship? Right, there you go. Starship. Alan, there we go. Oh, Alan is still in the probing room with Carl. It's all going on there tonight. Can you spot yourself aboard the Starship Alan? If you want to join, all you got to do is use the link in our bio there to go to our Patreon, sign up there. You get a month free, but even the free tier itself will get you on board the Starship. Once you're there, if you're on the correct tier, you can actually register on our app. And once you register with the same email address as the Patreon, you get to log in. You can change your details, change your image. You can add yourself a job title aboard the Starship. You can then give yourself a favourite room. So Maya is our doctor, and therefore your favourite room is the sick bay or the medi bay. Which makes sense there. Or Vinny is an engineer and is in engineering most of the time. But other than that, yeah, you can just see yourself going around the ship there. And if you link your Discord to it as well, you get that really cool ping effect, which makes yourself easier to spot on that. But every month, Alan has shirked his responsibilities as captain. He couldn't be bothered and wants to focus exclusively on the probing, which is, as you can tell, he's busy doing that to poor Carl at the minute in the probing room. Carl looks to be running away from him, yeah, so he's focusing on the probing. So he's delegated his captain's duties to 3 of you guys, so we put it in once a month there as top gifters. So I think it's Captain Blue Nose at the minute there, and Lieutenant A up there, and Commander V in charge of running the ship this month there. Can you spot yourself or aboard the Starship Alan there? Currently we're on our way to Sirius there, a star system 8.6 light years away. I won't read out what the mission is, because Alan actually selects what the mission is, and Alan is being a bit crude today. Thank you, Alan. But where are we? Can you spot yourself on the Starship Alan? Lester will rise there. What is the purpose of a different blood type? You know, I don't know that, Kate, at all. I really can't. I don't even know my own blood type, but I don't know that. Naomi, how are you doing? Good to see you there. Where are you joining us from tonight? And yeah, I'm trying to run away. He's got the spiky probed out. Spiked for his pleasure. He's chasing you there. Oh, look, Blue Nose is coming to rescue you there. And Tara's in on the room as well there. You are a doctor, and you're a doctor on the Starship as well. Well, Maya is the one that gave me the idea for the Starship in the first place, because you kept referencing the Starship Alan. And I went, well, let's make it real. So we have Maya to thank for that one. Where are we? I'm scrolling through there. Oh, Zena, hello. How are you doing? Hope you are well there. And I'm O positive. I do need to get it checked. But the only part about me that is positive. Oh, hey, but no, that's interesting. I should get that checked, shouldn't I? There, your blood type is Bonneville. That's gone now. Why is that gone? We had a dad joke earlier, Zena, and we said that was right up your street. There, you've only just noticed the mission there. I'm gonna have to have a word with Alan, because I mean, it's not a family stream, but still Alan there. And have you watched the movie Last Days on Mars yet? I haven't yet, but what was the one I did watch? There was one that you talked about that I did watch, Naomi. It may have... I don't think it was the fourth kind. There was another one, because I don't think the fourth kind was available, but there was one and I did watch it, because I was like, I can say I've watched it now. I can't remember which one it was now. I have a memory like a goldfish. On 20/80 less coffee, but that's how I survived, Maya. And you're probably quite right with the blood pressure, actually, for that one. So what's the last day on Mars and the fourth kind? Well, it must have been one of them. I have to refresh it, because I swear I did actually watch one of them, and I thought I was gonna. I have to have a look. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Are you going to bed? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be off in a second anyway. There tonight, I seek to identify as an Apache gunship there, and it is when it's coming back to Earth, but they were like zombies there. They were carrying the zombie virus. That is ringing a bell, actually. I'll have to do some screenshots to refresh my memory, but you may be right. We need to add those ones to the movie club list as well there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to come off tonight, so sorry if you've just joined, guys.
No, wait, before you go, I was going to ask, would you guys watch me do colouring in?
Of course they would.
Would you watch me do colouring in? And we can talk about, I don't know, quantum physics or Whatever. I'm done that day.
We need to get the because you mentioned it before, the you know, the diamond art where you place the coloured plastic diamonds on the image of the numbers. AUP send me one. They do custom ones. We do a custom Allen one, and you can put that in.
Fun.
I thought I would do it first, and I thought I would just get angry.
Yeah.
I would just lose them.
What are people saying? Are they saying they would?
They're saying you smell funny,
Oh, that's not
and they've all left.
Hey
Oh dear.
guys, that's not cool.
I'm sure they would, Leanne. We'll set that up. But anyway, I'm going to have to come off now, guys. So just notice the time. But we will see you tomorrow night there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for the awesome conversation. Keeping us company there and all your knowledge and whatnot there. Do appreciate you all. Thank you, mods, as well, for keeping it all wonderful as always. But yeah, we will see you tomorrow night. Hopefully, a skywatch. If the weather holds as planned, we might get that camera out. And yeah, hopefully. We can see some strange things there in the night sky. But thank you again, everyone, and we will see you all